So the director of Prisoners and Enemy bring us a cartel crime thriller that kind of reminds me of Breaking Bad? Oh, I am sold. Sicario. Guys, gals, and everything in between. Sicario is a action-ish thriller film brought to you by Denis Villeneuve, or however you Villeneuve, whatever you say his fancy schmancy name. However that is said, he directed it, and as you probably heard in my intro, he's the director of Prisoners and The Enemy and other foreign movies, but he does an amazing job. Sicario is about Emily Blunt's character. She plays this sort of FBI agent. Her job is she kicks down doors after people have told her where to go, what to do. She gets her operation. She is the definition of a good cop. It is justice is black and white. Here we go. We go in here, we do this because you broke the law. She's like RoboCop in that sense. You have broken the direct order, boom. Jail time. That is the way she works. So then all of a sudden, Josh Brolin's character and a couple other people at the DEA and stuff say, hey, we need someone to help go work on taking down these cartel guys, so we need you to go down to El Paso, Texas and take care of some business. And she's like, you know what? Sure, I'm doing this for my country. Justice. Or is it all that it may seem? She encounters a character played by Benicio del Toro, who is amazing in this movie. And then shenanigans ensue. I don't want to spoil anything because this movie is a doozy in terms of crime thrillers. Now, the first thing I have to put to rest is the way they advertise this movie in the trailers. And I know it's going to get what I like to call Drive syndrome, where people saw the trailers for Drive and saw an action movie. And they went into it, it's not. And this film, I looked at the trailers and I was like, this is gearing up Benicio del Toro to be the next Liam Neeson. We're like, he's this one-man badass action hero guy. He can go in, he can get the job done, and he is at any cost gonna do it. And that's really not. This is a drama. Imagine a Breaking Bad movie about Hank's group over at the DEA trying to bust people and maybe blurring the lines of the law a little bit at the same time. That's more what it is. It's not an action movie. It has action set pieces, but it is not an action movie. This is a full-fledged drama. And it is a great drama at that. I was on the edge of my seat. Denis Villeneuve, the way he directs his movies, they're slower paced, but I find myself drawn in, like, to the screen. I'm sucked in, and I'm so engaged. I'm sitting there like, yeah, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. The subtlety of the characters, every little thing, I'm like, what does it mean? I'm just absorbing all the information, and it is fantastic for that. And Benicio del Toro is completely amazing. Yeah, he's not the Liam Neeson character that it was advertised to be like. He's still a badass, though. I mean, he can throw down, but your character, you care about him. He's so mysterious, so like you're drawn into him, and you care about him. Emily Blunt, oh my god, this woman is amazing at acting. She is so talented. She is so clever with words, her subtlety, playing this person who is just watching what she thought was her life just collapse in front of her, and just her breaking from that. It's so incredible to watch. Emily Blunt is an amazing actress. I think she's one of the best of our time. Actually, out of random surprise, I just want to point out that dude from Burn Notice was in it, basically playing the same role that he played in Burn Notice, but still he was in it, and that's what counts. So good job, Burn Notice guy. This film, I have to give credit to, I believe the name is Roger Deakins. He is Denis Villeneuve's cinematographer, and the cinematography in this film, working with the direction, they are a match made in heaven. It was beautiful. I mean, every little shot, whether it be just the FBI like walking through a field, it looked so visually interesting. I was so drawn in. And then the way that the cinematography melded, like they use wide, steady shots, but then they slowly like move in on characters. And the way that they move in on characters and the way the camera maybe moves, it almost helps depict the mood. So the direction and the cinematography are propelling the scene, and not maybe necessarily the subtlety of the actors is actually just kind of supporting the directing of it, where it is a direction masterpiece in that sense. There's this segment on the freeway where early in the first act that you see mostly in the trailers, but it's a freeway scene that starts to break out into an action scene. The action was intense, but the more intense part was the building up to it, where they're sitting in the car and you just see like these shots like sideways of them looking at the car and slowly pulling out a gun and maybe moving it into frame and just kind of getting ready, and they're like, okay, just get your gun ready, get ready, we gotta do this, you gotta get ready to get out of the car. And just the way it's done is so fantastic that the slow parts, that it makes it all worth it. I mean, there is a segment in underground tunnels, oh my god, my palms were sweating. It was so intense, and that is amazing. When they are giving the story, you buy into it, you care about these characters, and you want them to make it out. The dicks are dicks, and they work just fine. Emily Blunt's character is fantastic. All around, it's good. The only thing I have to say is occasionally a couple spots stalled a little bit, but it didn't detract from it because I was still so engaged in the movie because of the way the characters were conveyed, the way the cinematography was. Everything felt like if you freeze framed it is a picture that's just incredible to look at, that you could put that up and be like, that is an awesome picture. It is an excellently crafted film. I was so excited walking out of this film and feeling like I watched something important, because this not necessarily action film, but this drama feels like it has an important message behind it about the cartel, that maybe we need to wake up and look into this more. And then I like that they showed that the lines were being blurred by the government in this movie. I don't know, of course, because they haven't released whether they do this in real life, but it shows that maybe some action needs to be taken, because you see a lot of innocent people get hurt, and it really just, I felt like I watched a movie, I walked out, and I was like, wow, I experienced something there. If the pacing was knotted up a little bit, I would say that this is a future classic. I can't quite put it to that, although this is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. So I have to say, Sicario is big screen worthy. Guys, gals, and everything in between! What did you think of Sicario? Are you gonna go see it? And could you actually see Benicio del Toro taking on more of an action role? One more thing, I also heard that this film might get a sequel. Do you feel like a sequel is really necessary in this one? I mean, I could see where they could go with it, but at the same time, I don't really think that it's necessary. I think this is a perfect one-off movie. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe, got plenty more videos coming to you.